Hello everybody, we are here with a timeless reading. Before we get started, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with the highest good. Alright. I'm seeing something, this is feeling like an interpersonal thing here. Something may have happened with somebody that rubbed you the wrong way, or it brought up something for you that may have not felt pleasant. I'm looking at a tower here. There was also a tower in the most recent Aquarius reading as well. Something feels very spontaneous even here. So yeah, if you feel guided, definitely check out the Aquarius reading, because I'm pretty sure that they started off with the tower. Almost certain. I did the reading yesterday. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. Maybe you have a different type of tower going on. So we have the tower, but then we have the Fool, and then we have the Ten of Pentacles. So I'm actually seeing this be something that you'd be looking forward to, actually. Because tower can be like something had been leaning one way and now it's leaning in a completely different way, it can feel. What I'm getting as well is that you could have been doing something, whatever this was, the tower comes through to basically put things in alignment for us. And so you may have had something going on that your guides were like, this isn't a great place to be building that, or like it's not the right person to be building that with. And so the tower comes through and knocks it away because they're like, it's not going to be stable for you, so we're just getting rid of that now. So it could have felt like that. But there could have been an element of surprise here, because the tower can kind of come about and be... Sometimes we can be unsuspecting with the way that something happens, but I'm actually getting this be a moment that's a very vital catalyst for you. I'm seeing this feel very significant, and I'm also seeing the Fool calling to you, which is that part of you that is asking you to open yourself up and be open to this new adventure that you're starting. See, the tower, you may feel like things are kind of falling all over the place, and that can feel disconcerting. It can feel very uncomfortable. So just surrendering to this, like, no, it wasn't meant to be. That's why it's falling apart like that. Trusting that. And see how the Fool is sort of like calling over to these people falling in the tower. And the Fool is like, hey, come with me. Like, I know that this thing just broke down here. Like, I have a path that you can follow here. So this is about trying something new, like going in this direction and heeding the call. And I'm also seeing the Ten of Pentacles come. So this Ten of Pentacles can feel very much like the opposite of the tower, because the tower can feel like everything that I've been building slipping through my fingers like sand. And the Ten of Pentacles is you moving in a direction where there's stability for you. And that's maybe going to be a new thing for you. Maybe that's not how you were feeling at all before. So that's what you taking this leap of faith is about. You moving to a place that feels more stable to you, where there's more of an acquiring of things within your life tangibly that feel valuable to you and generally stable. So that's what the Fool is promising if you go in this direction. The Fool's like, you don't have to keep experiencing towers like this. Let's go somewhere else. But again, you're gonna have to surrender to getting outside of your comfort zone in order to do this. Because it seems like if you stay in your comfort zone, you're gonna keep experiencing towers. So the Fool, even though it's like, come on, it's a fun adventure, it does require you to take a leap of faith and to trust this. However, what it's going to give you in return is going to be very valuable to you, is what I'm seeing. So that's what I'm getting is happening here. So yeah, use the Tower as a catalyst of, oh, it's very clear that that is not the direction I'm supposed to be going in. So I either need to stop going that way, or I need to cut this off, or I need to change direction and take this leap of faith here. Because I'm seeing, again, the Ten of Pentacles be attached to this. So if you take a leap of faith, this really promises something that means a lot to you. Ten of Pentacles is something you find very valuable, and it's also associated with you feeling stable as well in a way that you hadn't been feeling before. Otherwise, the Tower wouldn't be here. There's a part of you that may not be trusting yet, and so... But it's like, you don't want to go through a Tower again. Why? Maybe because of the Tower, it like put you in a mood, and so you're like not willing to be open currently. The way that I'm seeing this, you know, when something happens and we're like busy feeling sorry for ourselves, so even though our guides are like, neon sign, go this way, it's like, I don't want to listen to you. I'm getting like a vibe like this that's happening here. Give yourself the time that you need to feel how you feel. Process through it. If you don't take this leap of faith, I'm seeing that it would be motivated by fear. You may not, again, you may not fully be trusting the guidance that you're being given for some reason. Maybe your ego's feeling scared. Especially too, because it seems like you're going through something that may be feeling a bit stressful right now, but it's a change that you're being encouraged to make, but you always have the choice whether or not you do that. But I'm seeing your guides definitely say you'll be better off for doing this, and this is like the perfect time to be doing it, because it's like a Tower comes in and is like, where this is your reminder to not get too comfortable, because you're meant to be going in that direction. So it's something like very obvious that happens in front of you. A very clear sign that something was not working or it wasn't working out. Yeah, this thing that you're feeling right now, where you may not feel completely inspired to be like moving in a new direction or taking a leap of faith, I'm seeing your guides be like, just work with yourself and work through that. And be patient with yourself. It's going to be a bit of an adjustment. You're not always going to be feeling like this too. Like this grayness that you're feeling right now, or just this like lack of inspiration, or this lack of like desire to be adventurous right now, I'm seeing you be naturally excited about things when you can get yourself into that place, but you may not be feeling that right now, and that's okay, and that's also temporary. So I'm seeing your guides be like, acknowledge that this is temporary. Like, don't make a choice based off of this temporary feeling right now, because you taking a leap of faith and going in this direction, this new direction that has been calling to you and is like, look at how wrong this thing is for you, this is the right like direction for you to be going in. That's what you're being guided to follow. But it is going to be an adjustment. Like, things aren't going to happen automatically. There's going to be a transition, but I'm seeing it will really lead to something that feels very significant for you. So that's why the encouragement is for you to go in this direction. Again, it's always your choice. And your guides don't ever judge you. That's not a quality that they have. Your guides are going to support you no matter what. So if you want to stay, your guides will stay supporting you and give you whatever like guidance you're open to. And if you want to leave and try this other thing, they're saying that you'll be happier doing this. Like, it's going to feel more level for you. And it's going to, if you've especially been feeling like things are very disruptive or like unstable for you, they're saying this is how you get that stability that you're looking for. That's going to feel very lasting for you, and that's why you want to go in this direction. But it's all, they just like show you what's behind the doors. They're not going to push you through it. You get to choose which doors you want to walk through. So this isn't like you should do this or you shouldn't do that. It's like, this is what happens if you go through this door. This is what happens if you go through that door. Now, what do you want to do here? It's just like giving you solutions here. But it's going to take you trusting that to move in this direction. Because I'm seeing you're at this point where I think just because of the chaos that you've been going through right now, you may feel again like this, like a lack of inspiration. You know, sort of when your nervous system is dysregulated and so you don't want to be adventuring out because you're like, but I just am finding it hard enough to keep it together right now. Like, I'm just barely getting by, you know, like it's a tower. It's a big deal if you see it that way. And so yeah, right now you may not feel completely up for this, but just know that it's an option. And it also seems like it's not like go through this door now or you'll never be able to go through that door. It's more like hear that it's calling to you and know that it's there. I'm not seeing there be any rush or like a time limit that's being put on this, but I'm seeing your guides be like, this is an option for you if you want to go in this direction. Like, do you hear it? Can you hear it calling to you? But right now you may be like, I'm not taking any calls. Like, I'm getting that kind of vibe. But just know that it's a temporary like mood that you're having right now. It's not going to stay like this. And so when you're ready to lift your head up, when you're ready to answer that call, like this is going to be on the other line for you, being like, come on, let's go. Pack your bags. You're going to be getting more information about this. It seems like you're maybe just becoming aware of this, or it's just sort of coming into the front for you. Maybe something that at this point you're like open to recognizing. I'm hearing it's the full package. Oh, wow. Okay, this would be something really solid and stable associated with your future. And for many of you, I'm also seeing like resources heavily be involved in this. This is something where you would feel like this is a really big, like, responsible move that you would be making. Like, thinking about your future, responsible. This would feel like you really taking matters into your own hands and making something happen here. It's going to take a lot of strategic and disciplined moves, but if you're willing to, I'm seeing the payoff is going to be, like, exponential for you. So it would definitely be worth it, and I'm seeing you'd be in charge of it as well. This would, like, really put you, like, above and beyond the driver's seat is what I'm seeing. It also feels like you're getting prepared for something really big here. You may feel like you're really at the bottom of something now, but I'm seeing, like, it's gonna be a process, but it's not gonna take too long before you feel like you're very much in charge of something that you had maybe not even been offered that position before. It's something like this. But to have the Ten of Pentacles and the Emperor here too, this means like you would be in charge. Maybe of like finances. For many of you, I'm seeing like it's gonna have to do with finances, but it can have to do with other resources. Like things that you own, your possessions, resources in general. Some of you, this is about doing something entrepreneurial, or you're going to you might be switching jobs to something more higher up. You could be moving up within a company. For some of you, this is about you going out on your own and doing something entrepreneur-like, because that's the vibe of the Emperor. And this is something where, because you'll be in control in that way, you won't be open to instability in the way that you were before, because you're in control of your environment. It's kind of like when you become your own boss, nobody can fire you. It's like that sort of thing. Or like you get to choose who you're working with and collaborating with if you are collaborating with someone. So let's just say something recently went down with your coworkers or something like that, and you're like, I want to get out of here, but like I'm so exhausted from everything that's been going on with work. I don't really want to take a leap of faith and like venture out on my own or like find that new job. But again, like, no, this feeling is temporary. That's just an example. It's not going to apply to many of you. It's just an example. But then I'm seeing you're going to be like working your way up to you being the one that's in charge. So this, this like fallibility that you're feeling that's connected with the Tower, you're not going to be feeling that anymore, because you're going to be the one that's in charge. You're going to be the one like calling the shots and making the moves here, in a way where before somebody had been above you, now nobody's going to be above you. For some of you, this can be somebody that was maybe had something to do with your resources and stuff like that. Now you're taking that over. So now nobody can tell you what you're going to do with your money, stuff like that. But it takes time, and it takes, well, it doesn't, yes, it's going to take time, but I'm not seeing that be like the variable. It's just going to take like openness, learning, and energy on your part. But I'm seeing something that you're actually very capable of, but you may not have given yourself the opportunity to show yourself that you can step up in this way. But I'm seeing you be very capable here. And your guides aren't going to set you up for a job that like isn't going to work out. Like they're going to lean into your like areas of expertise and your like natural inclinations and be like, yes, go in this direction. So you go off of what feels like naturally inspiring to you. Like, what do you actually want to be doing here? Like, what feels like a passion or an interest or any sort of intrigue to you? Move in that direction, because I'm seeing there be, you get to be in charge of something where before you weren't feeling like that before, and it really creates the type of environment that you want, and something that maybe somebody else was in charge of this before and now you're taking it over is what I'm seeing. It's kind of like the control that you've always been vying for. This is giving you the opportunity to have that. And it's about like control over your life and you not having to compromise in maybe ways that you had been before, and then experiencing these towers, because it's like things were just being built up in an incompatible way, and then you kept getting stuck in sort of like the ashes and the aftermath of this. And I'm seeing you be at a spot where you're like, I really don't want to experience this anymore. So the alternative is maybe something I feel quite uncomfortable with at this point in time, but I can adjust to that. So I'm seeing your like attitude really changing around here, because you're like, because I see that goal and I see that's something doable for me, and now I feel motivated. So this is where I'm seeing the transition be happening. So it's like something then can't touch you anymore. Like I'm seeing the Tower can't touch you anymore within this area of your life, because you're the one that's going to be stepping up in this way. This is very important here. I'm seeing this be you really embracing your masculine energy. This is you really embracing your Mars. This is you embracing your North Node within your birth chart. All of us have masculine and feminine. It's just a dance and a balance that we do. And maybe before you hadn't been stepping so much into your masculine energy. Masculine energy is just you taking initiative and getting things done. Organizing, disciplined, making moves where you're really thinking about your future rather than just short-term moves. All qualities that you are very much capable of embodying, and all ones that will afford you the type of lifestyle that you want to be living. Okay. It's going to be a process. Use all of the resources that open up in front of you, whether this be like self-help books that you're reading, videos that you're looking up, people that can give you any sort of guidance, you connecting with your guides, like wherever it is that you can learn things that are relevant to this process that you're doing, use all of the resources that are put in front of you. You don't need to get everything all from the same place. Look around And when somebody's giving you advice or when you're reading something, you check in and be like, does that resonate with me? If it does, use it and apply it. If it doesn't, then just leave it and keep moving. Because anything that you need as far as like guidance for this, it is always going to be like right in front of you when you need it, okay? So just know that it will be in front of you. But yeah, I think that's about it. You may have a tendency to get like a bit beside yourself at times, or like the stress really get to you and you could feel kind of on your own dealing with stuff. Find healthy coping strategies. It's going to be very helpful. Find ones that work for you specifically. Because I'm seeing sometimes you can really like go to a dark place, which is what it is. But sometimes if you're, I don't know, there may be like some lifestyle shifts that you're going to be making that help you with this. There's this part of you that has not like fully integrated your masculine energy yet, and so you may feel a bit unsure about how to step up or how to initiate or how to take action. But just like follow your instinct. The more you do it, the easier it's going to become. I will also say this, having the Fool here says like this is the beginning of a journey, this is the beginning of a venture. So that means that sometimes you're going to take a step and be like, okay, I think that I actually should have stepped the other way. And so I'm going to like retract that and like edit and pivot over there. So just know that your guides aren't like, get it all perfect, get it all perfect. This is about like learning and trial and error right now and seeing how things go. That's what the Fool is all about. Like you're starting at level 0. So it's expected that like making mistakes is integrated into the process, okay? Into the chance of all of this. So if you're don't hold yourself to an unreasonable standard. Allow yourself to just flow through the process. And when you feel like, oh, maybe I should have like gone in that opposite direction there, then you just trace your steps back and go the other way. All of it is progress, all of it. And even those little detours that you take, you end up learning things that you're going to need later on anyway. So none of it is a waste at all. And like also be easy on yourself. Allow yourself to laugh. Allow this to be fun. It's not supposed to be all uptight and serious. Like it doesn't have to be like that. I feel like you just need to like shake loose a little bit. Getting like so much tension here within this. It's like, give yourself time to learn. You're figuring out this new thing you're exploring right now. Just take it easy. This is also about you building self-trust with yourself, because you may find it's easier to take direction from other people. And you may also find that some of you, you're like, well, I don't maybe always like taking direction from other people, but I have critiques for them. It's like, the way that I'm seeing your energy, just start doing things, start somewhere, just one foot in front of the other, one foot in front of the other. You're learning how to step up in this way. It's just a new skill set that you're learning to tap into, more so that you're remembering than anything that you can do this. You don't need to rely on anybody else to be doing this for you. But yeah, maybe you were feeling more comfortable sort of going into a blueprint that was already designed, and now you're sort of creating your own and seeing how that goes. But yeah, I'm seeing your guides be like, you can definitely do this. You're definitely capable. It's just giving yourself the opportunity to see how capable you are. And just take your time and be patient. I feel like some of you guys, you like make a little mistake and then freak out about the whole thing. Like, be incredibly hard on yourself. But again, it's about exploring. So this is also about like integrating your inner child and being supportive of yourself, giving yourself the support you want and you need, and finding it in all of the places that you can find it, especially in places that might surprise you. Also, too, this is about, okay, a couple different things. Sometimes we can see people that are in a position that they've been in for like 10 years and you're just starting out and comparing yourself to that. Do not compare yourself to anybody. That's also just wild to be looking at somebody that's been doing something for 10 years and compare that to you where you're starting right now when they have like all of that time on you. So just comparing is not going to be helpful unless you need a model for something and just like apply it for that specific thing. Also, to know that seasoned energy takes time and seasoning to be seasoned. Okay, so you're not just going to pop up immediately and always know what you're doing or always going to feel confident that you know what you're doing. Respect the process and just flow with it and give yourself time. It's going to be a process. Again, something that you're capable of if you're willing to venture into this, all right? It definitely looks good. The prospects look very, very solid, okay? This is something that you can do, is what I'm hearing. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.